Welcome to The Power of Rhythm, a podcast with your host Reinhard Flatischler, founder of Mega Drums, TaKeTiNa Symphonic, and a worldwide network of groundbreaking rhythm training. This podcast will offer you an incredible diversity of voices around the one thing that connects us all: rhythm.
Hi and welcome to a special edition made for a special time. As we are entering into 2021, we are indeed on a remarkable point in time. 2020 has provided many of us with a 2020 vision, which means with a perfect eyesight to see what's happening in our lives. And some of us might even have developed a radar sense, or you might call it a sixth sense. And so much is revealing itself right now. Some of it is amazing, and some of it is not so easy to look at. And that's equally true for the inside or for everything around us. 2020 was truly a pivotal year, a year that had to give so much and take so much. At the doorstep of 2021, I personally believe that we are at the dawn of a great awakening. I know that there are still some people looking into the future with anxiety and fear and the question, when will everything go back to where we have been before? Well, my intuition tells me we will not go back to where we have been, because where we have been was unsustainable in almost every realm: the finance system, economy, medicine, education, and finally, politics. Right now, we are able to witness the collapse of a system that has enslaved humanity for decades. We will have to work hard to build a new foundation. But if we succeed, and I have no doubt that we will rise from the ashes like phoenix. And as the old makes way for the new, we are entering in turbulent times. Just as in rhythm, a chaos phase can lead to confusion or guide us into a much more stable and organic rhythmic flow, depending on how we handle the situation. So I invite you to contemplate together with me some qualities that will not only get you through the times ahead, but will help you to manifest your wildest dreams. And for that, you need courage. TaKeTiNa Symphonic, composed by Johnny Bertel and myself, performed with Auckland Philharmonia. The title of this tune is called Longing, and it can remind us on the deep longing we humans have for courage, for freedom, for love. So the opposite of courage is fear. And fear is most likely the worst enemy of humanity. All of the internal fear-mongering is happening in the realm of compulsive thinking. Someone with a calm and empty mind does not know fear. There's natural curiosity about life, about opportunity, about change. And as we all know, change is the one thing we cannot escape. Panta rei is a quote from Heraclitus of Ephesus that he made 500 years before Christ. It translates into everything flows. You can never escape the change. So becoming one with the constant flow of change is the master key to enter into courage. Fear has been the leverage of politicians and mainstream media to manipulate us. And did I just say was? Yes, I said was. As more and more people start to recognize what happens if they follow their fear reflex only. Without fear reflex, manipulation becomes really difficult, if not impossible. And good life does not thrive from manipulation. Exposing yourself to the painful process of inner evolution is the path that leads anyone out of a life suppressed by fear. Fear leads to victimhood, but courage builds people who are able to be leaders of their own life, as well as leaders who are able to be in service for others. And the understanding of the deep value that comes out of the service to others is the key for happiness, which again leads to inner freedom. the music of my group Megadrums with Kodo drummer Leonard Ito, Wolfgang Puschnik on flute and many others. Going back to freedom. Nothing has value without freedom. We didn't come to this planet to be slaves or slave masters. We are here to connect and to collaborate in fairness and grow the sentiment of love. And as history shows us, freedom, this does not come as an entitlement. It is something we need to fight for. And for that, of course, you need courage. And that shows you how the qualities we are contemplating here are all interconnected. In order to live a life in self-respect, we need to have the freedom to decide if we want to get a vaccine and how we want to protect ourselves. Generally speaking, we need to have the freedom to decide of how much risk we want to take in our life. And here we come to understand that freedom always comes hand in hand with responsibility. Do not misunderstand freedom as a permission just to do what you want. No, make a free and reflected choice in freedom and in responsibility to others. But there's even a deeper side to this, and that is the immense longing we have for inner freedom. Freedom that comes when compulsive thinking dissolves, when fear reflexes go away, and when emotional roller coasters disappear. And this is the reason why humanity has developed so many forms of meditations, or in other words, ways to become empty, to clear out anything that's in the way. Someone who is in a flow state, out of linear time, and free of compulsive thinking naturally enters into the experience of inner freedom. TaKeTiNa is one of many ways that uses physical and mental engagement with rhythm to guide you into this inner freedom. And yes, if TaKeTiNa is new for you, I invite you to check out what TaKeTiNa is by going to TaKeTiNa.com. In the state of inner freedom, we are not driven by addiction. May it be food or porn or cigarettes or anything else. We have the freedom to decide our action in every moment, no matter what life throws at us. This state of being able to resist temptations or ease through intense setbacks is also called resilience. And as someone cultivates mental resilience, emotional and physical resilience follows suit. With this, you have another great way to boost your immune system. Another track from the Mega Drums album, the last one, with Ayeto Moreira, Saki Hussein, Glenn Velez, and many other great musicians, so many cultures meeting in one music. And that brings us to gratitude and love. Gratitude. That means, to me, the acknowledgement of abundance that we already have around us. Even so, if you don't own much, there is the life force, the light, the air, the rain, the sun, all things we take for granted. But are they really? By expressing gratitude, you will feel this power so much stronger. I personally start my day with drinking a glass of water, taking some deep breath, and cultivating a smile that reminds me on the abundance of life. Yes, I do this also when I'm sick or in pain, especially then. And I suggest to you, my honored listener, find your own daily ritual that takes you out of the rat race of not enough, need to reach, have no time, must achieve. Because with a grateful and calm mind, anything you achieve will have so much more power and so much more joy. In 2020, many of us certainly became aware what it means to feel the hug of a friend, or to groove together with others, or to share a beautiful meal. We humans thrive on connecting with one another. And whenever we have a larger project, it becomes so clear to us one alone can do very little. But in a strong team, almost anything can be achieved. Yes, they want us to social distance. Yes, they want us to put on a mask and hide. Clearly, if this is your desire, you should be free to do that. But humanity will not be able to thrive in a state of social distancing. The smell of a skin, the feel of a handshake, the experience of a smile that's not hidden behind a mask, nature will be stronger than any authoritarian system will ever be. And I say, it's time to reconnect. Don't let fear hold you back. If necessary, practice civil disobedience. Most of the people already shake their heads about the prison that those big corporations, together with some politicians, try to install for us. They will fail because it's lies. And we have looked through that, and we have looked through their divide and conquer strategy. Blacks against whites, women against men, young against old, mask deniers against mask promoters. This is nothing else but a sinister plan in order to get their agendas manifested. But on this very day, with this podcast, I call upon everyone who hears this message. Let's come together. Let's remember our inherent love for one another. Respect all the people, no matter what their standpoint is. Stay your ground, but also let them have theirs. Agree to joyfully disagree. No censorship is necessary. And censorship will vanish in the abyss of history. Yesterday I recorded an episode with Fidel. He's a DJ from the famous Berghain Club in Berlin. And he brought a great slogan: gay, straight, black or white, one nation under a groove. So you might be confused of where you can get the right information. And no one can blame you for that, with everything happening in the media, on the internet. But there's good news. You have a source within you, and that is extremely precise when it comes to evaluation of information. And that is your intuition. There are many ways to build intuition. Through the art of inner visualization, through the stimulation of the two hemispheres with two different rhythms, through getting still in order that compulsive thinking cannot interfere with your inner source of information. My suggestion: start today and build it strong. You will need it in the coming times. My intuition tells me that we will not get another moment in our lifetime that represents a chance like this. Let's not allow that this opportunity gets lost. And if you need a map, here's one. Get out of your brain by gradually dissolving your compulsive thinking that's connected to the emotional roller coaster. You can do this by entering into sensing, singing, breathing, running, and much more. And while compulsive thinking will constantly drag you back and forth between past and future, sensing, moving, or singing can only be now. By doing that, it is always now and never not now. And once you arrive in the now, your heart will open naturally and love will pour out in the world. This is what I wish you from my very heart for 2021. Love and happiness, courage and resilience, and with this, a very strong health. May the last tune invite you to a dance into 2021. It's Swinging Kangogis from our very last Megadrums album. This was the first episode of 2021. Many more episodes coming up. So if you like my podcast, subscribe, go to powerofrhythm.com/podcast, and I will be happy if you leave a comment how you like it. With this, I wish you a great time and keep on grooving.